Good evening, everyone. Let's start our satsang with energizing together. So please, everybody stand and let's pray together. O Infinite Spirit, recharge this body with thy cosmic energy. Recharge this mind with thy concentration. Recharge this soul with thy ever new joy. O eternal youth of body and mind, abide within me forever and ever. Om Shanti Shanti. First exercise, double breathing, palms touching. Calf recharge, ankle rotation, left side. Tensing the calf when the leg is in motion, relaxing at both the ends. Followed by ankle rotation, 3 to 5 times one direction, 3 to 5 times other. Right calf, right ankle, bring the left foot just a little bit forward, left calf and left forearm, tensing low, medium, high. Gradually relax, alternating left thigh, left upper arm, tense to the full. Gradually relax. Calf and forearm, thigh and upper arm. One last time, calf and forearm, thigh and upper. To the right side, right calf, right forearm. Relax, right thigh, right upper arm. Twice more. And one last time. Both calves and forearms together, tense. Relax, both thighs, both upper arms. Twice more. Chest and buttock, left side. Relax, right side. Left and right. And one last time. Back recharge, starting from lower left, lower right. Repeat 2 more times. Moving to middle left and middle right. Finally, upper left and upper right. Shoulder rotation. 3 to 5 times one direction and other. Throat recharge, the front portion of the throat. Alternating left side and right. Back side of the neck. Neck rotation, small circles with little tension in the neck. And other direction. Relax the neck muscles, large circles with no tension. And other direction. Spinal recharge. Spinal rotation. Keeping the lower part of the body stationary. Just upper torso. Make circles. And other direction. And side to side. Spinal adjustment. Using the knuckles of the finger. Pushing the spine, going slowly higher up the spine, as high as we can go. Upper spinal twist. Skull tapping. Followed by scalp massage. Medulla massage. Massage 3 times one direction, 3 times other. Press the point. Biceps recharge. Left bicep tense. Relax, right tense. 2 times more. 20-part body recharge. First phase, double inhale, tense the entire body. And exhale, relax. Tensing and relaxing each of the part. Left foot, relax, right foot. Left calf, tense, relax, right calf. Left thigh, right thigh. Left buttock, right buttock. Abdomen below the navel, above the navel. Left forearm, right forearm. Left upper arm, right upper arm. Left chest, right chest. Left neck, right front and back. Same sequence, holding the tension as we go up. Left foot, right, left calf, right, left thigh, right, left buttock, right abdomen, stomach, left forearm, right, left upper arm, right, left chest, right, left neck, right, front, back. Everything is tense. Just relax the neck muscle, chin to the chest, relax the chest, right, left upper arm, right, left forearm, right, left abdomen, stomach, buttock, right, left thigh, right, left calf, right, left foot, right, left. Still chin to the chest, double inhale. Tense the full body, exhale. Weightlifting exercise. Double breathing, elbows touching. Weightlifting on the side. Pull the weight towards you, push it away from you. Arm rotation, making the circles smaller, increasing the tension in the arm. And relax other direction. Weight pulling towards the forehead. Pull the weight towards the forehead, relax. Push it away from the forehead, relax. Finger recharge. To the side. In front. All the way to the top. Full part body recharge. Single arm raising, starting from the left side. Weightlifting on the side, little distance in the feet. Walking in place. If you can, lift the feet as high as you can. Bring your thighs parallel to the floor. And if your knees are healthy from here, go to running in place. There's a music, you hear it? Very rhythmic music. All right. Fencing exercise, opposite leg, opposite arm, starting from the left foot. Opposite leg, opposite arm. Arm rotation, large circles. Other direction. Stomach exercise. First phase, exhaling the stomach air out and lifting it in and up. Second phase, pumping the stomach. Churning the stomach. Back to the first exercise, double breathing, palms touching. Calf recharge, ankle rotation, left side. Ankle rotation, 3 to 5 times 1. Other direction. Right calf. And right ankle. Hip recharge, starting from the left hip. Other direction. Right hip. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I invite Nayaswami Bhavani to lead the satsang.
Thank you, Amit. Let's stand and offer a prayer together. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, friend, beloved God, great masters, Jesus Christ, Babaji Krishna, Sri Lahiri Mahashaya, Swami Sri Yukteswarji, beloved Guru, Paramhans Yogananda ji, saints of all religions, friend and guide, Swami Kriyananda ji, we humbly bow at thy feet. Divine Masters, we thank you for this opportunity to come together in your name. Be in our midst today, helping us feel your light, your joy, your wisdom, your eternal love. Make us channels of your light and help us come home to thee. We are your children. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let's be seated. Sitting up straight, lifting the spine, lifting our gaze behind closed eyes. Let's open our hearts and offer our love to the Masters by chanting. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Brahmanandam Paramasukkhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrishyam Tattvamasya Ekam Nityam Vimalam Achalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Triguna Rahitam Sadguru Tvam Namami. Giving joy transcendent of higher knowledge, the abode dwell no more clear as the heavens, known to all as thou art that is pure, permanent, unmoving, Visualizing the Guru at the spiritual eye, offering to him our heart's devotion, our desires, our thoughts, our feelings, our ambitions, and feeling that inner freedom. Let us use this meditation to enter into a spiritual adventure of absorption, surrender, and deep love. Let us inhale, tense our body with a double breath, feeling the energy rising up the spine. Exhale, relax. Inhale, tense. Exhale, relax into the spine. Once more, inhale, tense. Now feeling that energy up at the spiritual eye. Exhale, relax at that point. We may practice any meditation technique that we know. We'll meditate till 7:30. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Welcome, everyone. And we have some wonderful friends in our midst. We have Shamani's dad here. Welcome, Uncle. Nice to have you with us. And we also have a friend. I don't know your name yet, but we are happy to have you here too. Welcome. So today is our weekly Bhagavad Gita Satsang from the book The Essence of the Bhagavad Gita by Paramahansa Yogananda, as explained by Swami Kriyananda. And today's inspiration is taken from the chapter The Sovereign Lord of All, chapter 9, verses 13, 14, and 15. Great souls, however, expressing in their human nature the higher qualities of divinity, pay undeviating homage to me, the imperishable source of all life. Constantly absorbed in me, prostrating to me with love, steadfastly resolute in their high aspiration, they worship me with unceasing adoration. Lesser beings also, offering me themselves with clear discrimination, discern me first in the manifested many, and then as the one behind the many. So in this chapter, Lord Krishna is revealing the sublime mystery of existence, how the unmanifested is manifest in everything, but of course, nobody knows it. And that is a mystery of existence. But people think God does not exist. I mean, if God exists in this world, what's happening to this world? I don't see God's presence around me or in my life. And he also goes on to talk about how his presence is veiled from those who are ignorant and at the same time revealed to those who are wise, to those who have clear discrimination. So in this verse 13, where he says, great souls, however, before that, he's talking about how some souls do not have the faith or the interest in pursuing this one true dharma of the soul, which is to merge back in the divine, and instead are more attracted and lured by the appearance of the many, by the variety, by the temptations of delusion, and in so doing, their life is limited in its potential, and mortality is inevitable for in such a quest. And it's interesting, all that we love, all that we enjoy, we experience loss at some time or the other. We experience disappointment at some time or the other. We experience unhappiness at some time or the other. And yet, the power of Maya is such that we still keep chasing those delusions, we still keep chasing those illusions. And as the Gita says, rare is that wise Mahatma who can say all is Vasudeva. And it is in the pursuit of Vasudeva only that we can find the joy, the freedom, the love that we are looking for. I want to talk about where Krishna talks about the inevitable, slide towards delusion. There's a beautiful story that Swamiji shares about this devotee who stayed at Ananda village. Now, the devotee had been having thoughts of, I want to take a break from staying in Ananda and I want to write some of my own songs. But before, going ahead with his plan, he thought, let me consult, let me talk to Swami Kriyananda and find out his thoughts. And so he met Swamiji, and Swamiji told him, no. In fact, he said, it is better for you to stay here and sing some of my songs. And so he tells Swamiji, well, Swamiji, I love your music, but, I have to express myself. And you know how it is with artists. It's important to express oneself. And Swamiji said, no. And sternly, he said, no, I don't know what it is to express oneself. I express only that which my guru wants me to do. And he said, for me, I am not an artist. I am a disciple. And my only question is, what can I do today to fulfill Yogananda's mission? Think about it. The greatest artist is one who is a realized disciple. And the only true art, the one true art there is the potential in every human soul to be able to draw the holiness out that is latent in everything, to draw out the holiness that is imbued in every atom in creation. And every soul has that potential and power. The two verses of 14 and 15, 14 defines bhakti, constant absorption, prostration with love, steadfastly constant absorption, single-pointed concentration, prostration to me with love, surrender, steadfastly resolute in high aspiration, perseverance. They worship me with unceasing adoration, complete self-offering. This is the definition of bhakti. And I'm sharing stories from the life of Swami Kriyananda because it is a centennial year, and it is wonderful for us to tune into stories of great masters. It's not just saints calling us to be good. We have avatars who are calling us to be saints. It's a high calling and it's a high responsibility because we are the fruit of these masters, of their sacrifices. And having received those fruits, it is equally our responsibility to share that fruit with everybody. And in this verse of bhakti, now we might wonder what makes a bhakta. The next line is about jnana, lesser beings offering me themselves with clear discrimination. What makes us a bhakti yogi? What makes us a karma yogi? What makes us a jnana yogi? Temperamentally, through the power of samskars of past incarnations and lives, we feed one or the other temperament more than the other. And at some point in our evolution, we reach that point of anguishing monotony and we realize, I want something more. And it is well worth our incarnations to reflect that nothing in this manifested world has the power to absorb us completely. That nothing in this world, created world, has the power to bring us to prostration. Nothing has the power to open that flow of love, to resist that pull of the spirit where the river flows unconditionally towards the source. The highlight of this line on bhakti is the essence of unconditionality, which is the true nature of our pure being, the absolute in principle which is within us, but walking as a pilgrim in this world of the manifested many. But every moment, every breath is a call from the divine to embark on that spiritual adventure of finding that one among the many, of finding God hidden within us. A few days ago, I was watching the movie The Passion of Christ. Now, people don't like to watch that movie. But I was so grateful to Mel Gibson for having made that movie, because we forget the sacrifices of the great masters. Now, when we read this line, constant absorption, prostration, we think, oh my God, what bliss. But in this highest state of being one with God, of being in bliss, and yet, when such a soul descends into creation, it is not spared the travails of creation. I understood after seeing that movie Christ's prayer in the Garden of Gethsemane, Lord, if thou wilt, let this cup pass from me. And he was being tempted by Satan. This is too much for one soul, for one person. Pray to the Father, let this be taken away from you. And he stamps out that delusion by finally saying, thy will, not mine. Master endured betrayals from his friends. They are anchored in that bliss. And that bliss, yes, gives that power of endurance. But every moment, and that is their eternal sacrifice for each of their stray brothers and sisters that choose to play with delusion, they again and again offer their every breath, every life, holding out their hand, come home with me. As Krishna says, I unconditionally offer my love to you. As the masters say to the disciple, will you offer me your unconditional love? And then will you offer me also your unconditional obedience? Because without that, it is hard for the artist to finish their work of art. Because unless we cooperate, it's like the sculptor. It's not important what the sculptor wants to express of his own creativity. The role of the sculptor is to chip away what is not in order to reveal what is. And that is the role of every breath that we have been given to eliminate from our life what is not in order to make space for what is, which is already there within us, but it is suppressed. So, and coming back to that movie, like I was saying, I was so grateful to be able to reflect. Some of these things force a reflection, which the power of Maya is that, you forget. And that is why Patanjali calls meditation smriti, remembrance. How easily we forget our lessons, how easily we forget those moments when God blessed us, but we often remember what he didn't bless us with. So the power of bhakti is to be able to draw into our consciousness the love of the master. By offering our unconditionality, without that bridge, they cannot. As master was scolding somebody one day, you don't understand. And he says, no, sir, I understand. I understand what you want from me. Master said, you don't understand. If you did, you would do what I'm saying you to do. And isn't it the same with us? That we think we know what the master wants and we go on our journey, fully confident that God is with us. But like Abraham Lincoln in his timeless quote, he said, when somebody told him, don't worry, sir, we'll win the war because, God is with us. And he said, I don't know about that, but I hope that we are on God's side. And so in the choices we make, in the desires we seek to fulfill and nurture, let's remember to ask ourselves, Master, am I on your side? Am I offering myself as a channel for you to be able to to manifest yourself, your light in this world? When Master told Swamiji, your life is going to be one of intense activity and meditation. And Swamiji said, I tried my best to focus on meditation until many years later I realized that he had placed intense activity before meditation. Now that's a bhakta. True devotion listens. It listens to the will of the one who made you. That's when you can prostrate. When the ego is standing in the way, you cannot prostrate. And what is prostration? A complete self-offering, because there is nothing else that stands. There is nothing else that can stand on 2 feet other than God's love, which is keeping you on its 2 feet. God's love, which is flowing as the breath in you. And he goes on also, Bhakti Yoga, without love. Sri Yukteswarji said, you cannot put one step in front of the other. And the next verse is about the path of wisdom. And he says, offering me themselves with clear discrimination. What is clear discrimination? One is the wisdom that is born through experience. Is that clear discrimination? Not necessarily. No, in fact, not necessarily. That is modified. No. When I was I knew the moment I came onto the path that my life was about serving Master. And I asked Swamiji, should I give up my job? And Swamiji at that time said, and I had my parents with me to support. He said, no, your parents are part of your family. I knew, but at some point, I had to give up my job. And that came but about 10 years later. Now, the same question, 10 years back, 10 years later, the outcome was different. Now, if I were to base the outcome based on the past experience, I told Swamiji, I asked Swamiji, and Swamiji said, no, your parents are part of your family. So you continue your job. And, okay, 10 years later, I refer to the same conversation without noticing that time has gone by. This situation, this moment is different in time and space. I wouldn't be tuning into clear discrimination. Clear discrimination is intuition, born of the soul's communion with God. Period. Full stop. Experience helps you, not this, not that, not this, not that. But true knowledge, true certainty comes from inner communion. And that is true understanding. That is clear discrimination. That unites you with your pure being, with yourself. That brings you clarity. It is one of the things that the path has given me, clarity. I had so many questions, one still has. But now you know the teachings. What do the teachings give you? They give you eternal principles on which to anchor your understanding. And these are not principles that are good today and gone tomorrow. These are principles from the Vedas of Sanatana Dharma, ancient truths, but timeless. And when you're not standing on the shifting sands of your desires, but on the rock of God's whispers in your life, that's when you find your next step closer to God. That's when we find fulfillment, purpose, meaning. We are all born to be saints. Claim that sacred inheritance and don't throw it away. Swamiji was once giving a satsang, and a devotee who was in the satsang said his body was in the room, but I could see that his aura, his vibration, his consciousness was so expanded. And it felt like he was coming from a far-off place. And he said, sooner or later, you have to get there. Why waste millions of incarnations? sooner or later, that is our only true purpose. No matter what binds us in this world today, yes, we have to walk through that path. But never take your eyes off that higher goal and duty we owe to ourselves to express the divine within us. And as we take that one step closer to God, our potential, our capacity, our ability to stay absorbed in that higher reality becomes greater. Because now, as they say, use the principle of magnetism. Swamiji says a very important thing. He says, meditate on greatness. It's one of the simplest ways to be constantly absorbed, prostrate with love, offering myself unconditionally. It's not easy if you're going to go, the intellectual way, but as he said, meditate on greatness. Meditate on the beautiful stories of the great masters of Swamiji's life. And you get to touch that greatness. Swamiji says a very important thing on the book, the path, which is his autobiography. He said, I meditated for many years on each of those stories before I put those stories in that book. He said, and that I had intended to write that book in 10 years. But I persevered and wrote it intensely and wrote it in 3. But he said, of course, many more years were spent meditating on them. And he said, no one has grown through those stories more than me. Because he said, I meditated on every facet of those stories. Imagine if a master is conveying only divine consciousness, even a raise of his eyebrows must mean something. It can't be a random accident expressing an emotion, right? So he meditated on every facet. And he said, and I realized, and now that's a true teacher. He said, but I have not explained everything in those stories in that book because I want my reader to experience, like I did, spiritual growth and progress by meditating themselves on those stories and extracting those pearls of wisdom through your inner communion with the master. So the book is still open for many more pearls of wisdom. Don't just rush by those stories and be happy with, how something, only one, facet that Swamiji might have written there. There's much, much more for each of us to explore. Meditate on greatness. Put yourself in the elevated company of the masters. And that's when the master is able to bring his consciousness into ours. And that's how we change. That's how our life transforms. And that is why, through these verses in the Gita, Krishna says, expressing in their human nature the higher qualities of divinity, pay undeviating homage to me. Whenever we choose to express a divine quality, we are expressing homage. We are expressing adoration. We are prostrating. To the degree we can get our ego out of the way, to that degree God's grace can flow and lift us up in his light. So friends, sooner or later, we got to be one with the masters. Why waste our time? Let's get on our journey. And most importantly, enjoy that journey. Master said, don't take life too seriously. Now, all of this seems very serious, but in my experience, I've also seen when you face the most difficult moments of your life, what gets you through is learning to laugh. What gets you through is your joy and your ability to be, and God's grace comes. But your ability to be able to step back and laugh, not at, but laugh in understanding that this is all a play. And as soon as I align my center in God's will, the play will cease. Inwardly, outwardly, it still continues. but inwardly you find rest. When Buddha received enlightenment, it is said, a wave of peace blessed the whole universe. Miracles happened. And Master would say, even when one person meditates deeply, you have no idea what blessings flow to the work. Christ's crucifixion, redemption for the world. Of course, they take the karma of their close disciple, but the world is uplifted in that wave of compassion and love. And we are all uplifted and held. Remember, even now, we are uplifted and held by those sacrifices, not by the strength of our will alone. It is their life that holds us together. So when we wake up in the morning, to remember that what holds my body, mind, and soul together is God's love. Let me spend 5 minutes in meditation, expressing my gratitude, expressing my love. How would you feel if your children didn't express their love to you? How does God feel when we don't express our love to Him? The way the world is going, maybe God needs prayers. Right? Because, Master said, when you have a mood, I suffer. God suffers with us. He hasn't abandoned us. All that we go through, God is our partner in it all. Let's offer Him our heart's love and devotion. And I want to close with this beautiful whisper that Master received from Divine Mother when he was meditating. Let's close our eyes. Feeling the presence of the Masters. Master writes, he says, always remember your Father loves you unconditionally. But because He has given you freedom to go away from Him or to approach Him, He is waiting for you to express your desire for His love before He comes to you. And Master writes, once when I was meditating, I heard His voice whispering, thou dost say, I am away, but thou didst not come in. That is why thou dost say, I am away. I am always in. Come in, and thou wilt see me. I am always here, ready to greet thee. Let's inwardly, with deep adoration, greet the Masters in our inner temple, gratefully offering to them our life, our breath, our thoughts, our ambitions, our desires, our hands and feet, our body, mind, and spirit, reminding ourselves and offering to the Masters, I was made for thee. Om Shanti Shanti. We'll now have an arati. Let us now share the blessings of this evening, of this fellowship of the gods, love and light of the masters, with all souls everywhere, rubbing our palms together, lifting them up and chanting Om 3 times. Let's send out these blessings into the world. Divine Mother, may thy love shine forever on the sanctuary of our devotion, and may we be able to awaken thy love in all hearts. Om Shanti Shanti. By the way, we have some more new friends in our audience. We welcome them too. Nice to have them. Yeah, any announcements? All right, we have Prashad. And we'll give our online friends in spirit with us as we have Prashad. If you would like to have, please come to the center. We would love to enjoy it with you. We have Bhakti joining us from Russia. Hi. And Pradnya from Cincinnati, Ohio. Nice to see you, all of you. Maushmi is from the next lane. All right. Jai Guru. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you over the weekend.